Joining me tonight is someone who knows that feeling, unfortunately, all too well. Omer Lubaton Granot, who is the founder of the Hostages and Missing Families Forum. Omer's cousin and her 3 children were kidnapped by Hamas on that day. Her husband and oldest daughter had been murdered, and Omer joins me now. Omer, I can only imagine just the roller coaster of emotions that you have felt as this deal has been hammered out behind the scenes. Are you hopeful that it is actually going to happen this time?
We are, of course. We're eagerly waiting to see them coming back home, and we hope that it's happening.
And have you heard anything from either the Israeli government or any officials about whether or not your family is going to be in this initial group of hostages that we believe are going to be released?
We have no information about it. You know, we hear some rumors on the media and on the social media, but we're trying not to give them much attention. We're trying to stay focused. We're trying to wait and understand that if they're coming tomorrow or the day after, it's still a long struggle. It's a struggle to help them recover and help them get back to normal life as much as possible. And it's a struggle to all of us, all the Israeli community, all the Jewish community, to bring all of them back home, each and every one of them.
We heard from some of the families that they found out about this agreement, which is the closest that they've come to one actually happening from the media. Is that how you found out about it as well?
It's been a while that we understand that there are talks and mediation and some negotiation. We understand that there is an important role of the Americans and the Qataris, but yes, a lot of the information we get is from the media.
That's just shocking, I think, to hear from a lot of people that it would be, the media that you're finding out about this from, not from the government or officials. And I know the group that you founded, Hostage Forum, has done a lot in this effort to unite families, to bring them together around this one cause, which every single family wants, which is for their loved ones to come home. What can you tell us about the hostages, that will remain in Gaza beyond this pause, that may not be in that initial group that is coming home right now?
If the rumors are true, and this is the group that we're talking about, children and their mothers, there is still probably 180 people that will still remain hostage in Gaza. You have elderly women and men, you have people from different nationalities, American, Canadians, Germans, people from Thailand, the Philippines, all over the world. Some of them are 20, some of them are 24, some of them are fathers that we might see their children coming back without them. So it's only to think about it, it's devastating. And this is why I think that after this deal, we will keep and fight to seek the next one, because this is the main, I think one of the most fundamental values of Israel is solidarity. This is a core value in our nation. And in the Families Forum, we are all standing in solidarity together to bring all of them home. So it doesn't matter who's coming back tomorrow, and we will do whatever we can to give them the support that they need. We will still have to keep and fight Hamas, keep and fight this horrible terrorist organization, because we still have so many people inside, innocent people. And the fact that Hamas is, differentiate between young or older or I don't know what, this is horrible as well, and they're all innocent that were held hostage. And it's a global issue that we all need to address.
So you're saying that, from what you've heard from these families, that even if their loved one is one of the first hostages to come home, they won't be happy until all of the hostages have been able to come home.
I'm sure of it. This is what we are doing in the Hostages Families Forum. This is what we're doing globally. We're doing it here in New York. We have groups in DC, in California, in Israel, all over the world, and we are all devoted to this cause and have great partners here in the American government, in the Israeli government. Yeah.
I'm curious what you make of what we heard from the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, earlier, saying that the Red Cross will be able to go in to check on the hostages who are not part of that initial group that is released. Do you believe that that is vital, and that the Red Cross has been assertive enough about making sure that they can get contact with these hostages to check on their well-being, given how long it's been that they have been in the captivity of Hamas?
We're truly hopeful that it will happen. We had a couple of meetings with the Red Cross here in New York and in DC and also in Israel. We hope that they will do their part. They show a lot of devotion and they promised us that they will do it. But unfortunately, Hamas, as the irrational player they are, they're not allowing it. So this is the place where we ask and demand the international community to urge them and help the ICRC to visit the hostages, because we know some of them are injured. We know some of them need medical treatment. We know some of them need their medicines. It's very complicated, and I really, really hope and pray for it to happen, because it's a matter of life and death.
Are you hopeful? Do you want this temporary pause to become a permanent ceasefire?
I'm saying with a very heavy heart, unfortunately not. I've been a peace activist for a decade. This is what I do for a living in normal days. And I'm sure that there is a lot of hostages that are also coming from, disbelief and values, and a lot of families. But unfortunately, the only way to reach this deal that we're seeing or about to see is fighting Hamas. The pressure that Israel and the US government has applied on them, if it's by military means, diplomatic means, economical means, by mediation or negotiation, this is what made the deal happen, and this is what will make the deal happen again, because we need another deal after it. It's not that if we have a ceasefire for good, Hamas will open their gates and allow the people to go back home. Because there was a ceasefire, actually. There was a ceasefire until October 6th, and Hamas break it. And they not break it, and they did it in the most horrible way that the heart can bear. They did it by kidnapping babies while murdering their parents. My cousin Chen became a hostage, a widow, and a bereaved mother on the same day. Their house is burned. All of their families from Kibbutz Kfar Aza, they don't have house to come back to. So if we will not keep pressuring Hamas, by all means, we will not bring our hostages home, and we wouldn't have the security on the borders that we're trying to achieve. And I really, really hope, in the most earnest way, that eliminate Hamas from power would bring better future to people from both sides, Palestinians and Israelis.
A notable answer there. I know, Mayor, we're thinking of you and your family. We can't even imagine how difficult, not just the last several days, but also, this entire time. Omer Lubaton Granot, thank you for your time tonight and for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Ahead, a question of what this is going to look like when families like Omer's will get more answers. What can a member of Israel's government tell us about the delay in this truce, this temporary truce that has been negotiated between Hamas and Israel, and which hostages may be the first to be released? We'll speak with an Israeli official right after this.